everybody, welcome back to AP Red. It's me, Jason Drew, and we're actually on a tour bus. Not mine, we're not on the road. No. Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray, how are you?
What's up, Jason? How you doing, buddy?
Very good.
Welcome to our tour bus. Many of questionable activities gone on back here in this lounge. So,
Smells kind of funky.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. You got it right away.
Well, congratulations. You guys
Thank
are
you.
about to actually hit the stage in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, we're here in Stamford, Connecticut, which is actually, I was born in Hartford, so I got a little bit of affinity towards the good people here in Connecticut. Still have some family here, so it's always fun to get back here.
Now, you did not just music and singing and writing, but also some TV work.
Yeah.
You did my job.
No, but you do it well. That's the difference. I mean, I always say I do two things I don't do well, sing and host, and I've been overpaid for both of them. And I don't know how I got the job at Extra. Literally, I took a meeting on a Friday, and 2 weeks later, I was hosting Extra. So I don't really question anymore, and I just, don't ever, not take advantage of opportunities in front of you. And it was fun. I thought I'd be there for a year. I ended up being there for 4 years.
Wow.
But I didn't like this part of it.
This is the fun part.
No, but yeah, it is. But if you have an agenda you have to hit, like at Extra, they'll be like, hey, ask Colin Farrell his favorite beauty tips. And you feel your innards just going in, and you go, oh God, here he comes. You know
So
what I mean?
Mark, what's your favorite beauty tip?
No, you know what I mean? And so it's just, a little waxing and shaving, you know what I mean? But some people didn't have so much fun with that. When you have to ask Al Pacino what he thought of the Britney Spears situation, you could see a little bit of soul die. And so I'll just sit down and drink a beer with anybody, but in terms of the questioning, interviewing skills, I'll leave it to the pros like Jason here.
Right, yeah. Well, that's kind of what we do at AP Red. We don't like the sensationalism at all.
Yeah.
So that's why we wanted to talk to you about, your music and your acting and your hosting. What, out of obviously the hosting you would put last, but acting
No,
or
I
singing?
enjoyed the hosting. I should sort of qualify that. I've done a lot of hosting. I hosted the Pussycat Dolls show, which was really fun. My friend Robin, who developed the Pussycat Dolls, asked me to host that show, and I did that. And I love hosting specials and things, but doing red carpets and things. People kind of put a big layer of cheese around entertainment news, and there certainly is that aspect. But some of these guys I worked with are the biggest pros in the business, smartest people I've ever met. We'd show up to Extra at 6 a.m. on a weekday, and you had to put a show together that day. You know what I mean? So it was. They moved mountains every day to put a show together. They were smart people thinking on their feet. So there is that layer of cheese, but there's some hardcore people underneath that slice of Velveeta.
Well, now that you're back to the band, you did take a little hiatus.
Yeah. Took about 4 years off, about 6 years off from recording, but we were always playing during my 4 years at Extra. I did about 30 to 40 shows a year. Played a bunch of these street scenes and stuff, which is really fun. You get 5,000-6,000 people out there and just have a ball. So we certainly were exercising the performance part of it, but in terms of the creative, a friend of mine got a record deal about a year ago, and he said, "Hey, Mark, you guys are still together. You guys want to make a record?" And I said, "Sure, I'm an extra, but I'll do it part-time." And he goes, "Yeah, no problem." Subsequently, I left Extra, and it kind of became the full-time gig, and we were able to tour it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, now as a performer, can I just... Okay, that looked flannel. It's not.
No,
because it's hot out.
It's one of those, the kids call it Urban Outfitters, you know what I mean? And so one of those little light flannel knockoff, rip-off type things. But yeah, you know what I mean? Back in the day, I might have taken my shirt off, but my beer belly's, it's well matured by the time I'm 41 now, so those days are gone.
Well, now, do you have, with the band and stuff, do you guys have a stylist that you work with, or do you come up with your own image?
You'll see tonight on stage, you'll know for sure they absolutely do not have a stylist. And, and the image thing is something we've really been concerned about. We're kind of guys to get them some jeans and a T-shirt and have some fun. But, back in the day when we were kind of, doing a lot of award shows and stuff, some stylists worked with us. And they ended up bringing all this stuff in and all these rows of racks of clothes and stuff. We'd end up wearing our own stuff anyway.
You looked like the Jonas Sisters.
Or we'd be the one guy in NSYNC that didn't want to wear that Joseph Technicolor coat. What's his name? Always had to wear it. Joey. Always have to wear the crappy coat. Remember that?
Tone.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, the new album that's out, Music for Cougars. Cougars.
It's funny. See, the irony is I'm 41. I'm the last. I'm not in the demographic anymore. I thought people would get that immediately. We're known as to have a self-effacing kind of humor-type band, if you will, or at least trying, feet firmly planted in humor. And we said, let's come up with a title of a record that sort of fits the band. We're getting older. Our audiences are getting older. And it's kind of wink, wink, nudge, nudge, And, we were playing an outdoor mall in Hollywood, and my friend said, dude, all your fans are Cougars. And I went, bing, Music for Cougars. And it's a fun thing. It's not taken seriously. If you are offended by a Sugar Ray album title, you got to take a big look inward, man. Really. I got a number you can call in Hollywood for somebody, man.
you're doing on the tour, and
Yeah.
you're gonna go. You're doing all the old stuff too, right?
Yeah, we're doing the old stuff. You know, we're kind of the band that thinks, you know, we love playing the old stuff. We love, you know, even the stuff, our thrashier stuff in '95. We play some of that still live. You know, we play the hits as they are. It's fun. We get out there, we're interactive. We have a DJ in the band, and he's been like doing a lot of DJ gigs since we've kind of been in hiatus a little bit, taking some breaks. And he's brought a whole new element to the show, which is fun. You know, he'll play like "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey, and the whole crowd will go crazy. So it's become really interactive.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Now you guys also switched labels too to a smaller label.
We did, yeah. We got dropped by Atlantic in '96. No, in 2006. And we were there for 12 years. Because we were inactive. We weren't making music. And they were, all right, guys, later. And, like, you know, all the labels were downsizing. And we went with our buddy's label, Pulse, which is a division of Fontana Universal. And it's great because it's a small label, which is intimate and fun. And there's no pressure. You know, there's no business anymore.
Right.
I mean, when records by Guns N' Roses and U2 fail commercially, be it far from me to think Sugar Ray's ever going to sell a record, you know? But they're a parent a division of Fontana Universal. So if you're working your way up the ranks and the radio starts happening, they'll bring their big guns in and make it happen. So we've got all the possibilities there in place if things work out. But we fully were, you know, very conscientious of like what this record actually means to the music industry. This is more of a personal thing. You know, we started 21 years ago, and it's the same dudes, and we started to play music and play live. And if you can write music and play live, then, you know, you're doing well.
You're golden.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, now, is there any more acting stuff down the line for you?
You know what? I've never, like I said, my life's been just a series of serendipitous events that just happened, luckily. So I never know what to think. And a good friend of mine, McG, who directed the Charlie's Angels movies and Terminator, he's one of my best friends. He wants to put me in the new 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea movie. And I go, just give me like one little tiny speaking part. So we'll see. I mean, you know, for every Marky Mark, there is a landscape littered with Vanilla Ices from the music industry. So I respect the acting profession. You know, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right. Well, we're going to let you get ready because you're
Thank
going
you,
on
sir.
stage very shortly.
Right on, Jason.
And thanks, Mark McGrath.
Thank you, buddy.
Very well.
done.
Thanks for having us on the
That's why I
bus.
left the gig, man. These guys are too good.
Yeah. No, for real. You want to be my fill-in?
Yeah, no.
I'll fill in for you.
There you go. I like that.
No.
I can drink more then.
All right, Mark. Thanks so much.
Jason. Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for joining us here on AP Red with Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray.